Hi parents, this is Coach Derek. Today I'm going to talk about race day expectations. The race is this weekend on May 4th at the OC Fairgrounds. But prior to that, we do have some preparation to do. On Friday, I do recommend that your kids drink lots of water. It's usually important to stay hydrated before and after the race as well. So on Friday, have them drink lots of water. I know that was our nutritional goal this week, was to drink lots of water, and Friday is an important day to stay hydrated. I have this checklist. I'm gonna give this to the kids later this afternoon for race day. It's a helpful guide for the race and what to expect. Things that you want to have before you run out the door is you need to have comfortable running shoes, your run club shirt, or any your jogathon shirt, or any cyclone spirit wear that you have. If your kids feel more comfortable in like an athletic tee, or they have like a lucky shirt that they want to wear on race day, that is perfectly fine. The most important thing is the bib, but we'll get to that later. Another thing to remember is that you will need $9 cash to park at the OC Fairgrounds. They don't have any credit cards, so make sure you have cash to drive into the OC Fairground. So it looks like the weather's gonna be warm, so I do recommend bringing some sunscreen and lots of water as well. The next thing is, I also have the posted race times. I recommend you arriving 1 hour before your posted race times. As you notice on the race times, there are 2 open heats in the mornings at 8 and 8:30. Those heats are for families and students who have other obligations later in the day that they cannot attend at the other posted times, so that if they have like a soccer game or a church function or something else, they can come to these open heats and run. Now, I only recommend those heats if you really have a time conflict with another commitment. Those heats tend to be very large, up to about 1,000 kids running in those heats, and it's a little bit intimidating sometimes for the first time runners, because there's big kids and little kids, and they're really fast. I recommend not doing that, but if you have a other time commitment, I do recommend using that one. The other posted times, I do recommend you arriving 1 hour prior to your race. Do want to set up your kids for a successful run. We don't want any anxiety of like being late or not getting your bib on time, and so that just kind of eliminates any possible problems or situations with your runners. So the location of the race is at the OC Fairgrounds. Now, if you take out your phone and you put in the coordinates for the OC Fairgrounds, it'll most likely tell you to take the 55 freeway south and exit Fair Drive, and then turn into the OC Fairgrounds directly from there. Sometimes you'll see a backup just to get into this area from the freeway. What you can do, because it will get backed up, you can just stay on the left side and pass that entrance and go on to Fair Drive, which is over here, and you can also drive onto this side and enter into the parking lot through the main gate over here. Or if you want to bypass it as well, you can go all the way to Fairway, and there's also an entrance on that side. The race organizers told me that all the gates will be open during that time. So once you get into the parking lot, there is only one entrance into the race event, and it's right here in this orange spot right here. Once you come in, our tent is located in tent 48. And once you enter in through this side right here, we will be right to the left of you. Okay, you'll see our tents. It'll be the Cypress Village PTA Easy Up, so we'll be easily recognized. Once you get to the tent, check in and you will receive your race bib. The volunteers, there are Cypress Village volunteers. They will be looking you up and they'll be handing you your bib. So a couple of things to note on this bib is that this year you don't have to do the D tags. The sensor is on the inside of the bib. Another thing to note is once you get this bib, please write down your cell phone number and your name and your contact information, so if there is a situation with your runner, we can easily contact you. Also, thing to notice is that make sure that your name is correct on this side. Another thing to note, make sure that when you pin these bibs that they are pinned on the front side of of your runner. Another thing to notice about your bib is that there are 2 claim tag tickets here. These are really important. Make sure you detach these and put them in your pocket in a safe spot. The reason for this is that during the race, only the kids with bibs are allowed on the race course, and the entire course is fenced off. So after they've completed the race, in order to get out of that fenced course area, you need this claim tag ticket to pick up your kid, and I'll explain how that goes later. So when you arrive 1 hour early, there's a lot of things that you can do. At our Cypress Village tent, we will have our wonderful run club coaches. They'll be doing warm-ups beginning 45 minutes prior to race time up until 20 minutes prior to race time, and about 20 minutes prior to race time, we're all going to march over to the start line chute. Prior to that, there might be some little time to do some other things. You can kind of walk around the festival. There's a lot of booths going on. One thing I do recommend is picking up your event shirt that day. It'll be close to the start line. Students can get their shirt, and I highly recommend picking that up because on Monday at Assembly Monday morning meeting, I'm going to ask that all the kids wear their event run shirt to kind of recognize themselves, because Principal Beal will be recognizing them at the assembly for all their hard work. So just before the race, obviously we're going to have them warm up. Then they're going to go straight into the chute 20 minutes beforehand, and the race announcers will prep the race up, and then off they go. So on the back of the sheet, I've posted a map of the course. When your kid is running on the course, because it's like a racetrack, on this map are some starred locations where there's some ideal viewing spots. But pretty much anywhere you can see the course is a great spot to watch the run. The finish line is also exactly where the start line is, and that's where you will be picking up your kid. So at the finish line, I will be there, or a Cypress Village Run Club coach will be inside the recovery zone where your kids will be receiving their medals, and they will be receiving some water and some treats for the race. On our bib is our chute number, which is chute number 3. Now at chute number 3, I'll be guiding all the kids into chute number 3. From there, on the outside area, there will be a race organization volunteer. And that person right there is going to look at your child's bib and this little claim tag that you have holding on, and match those 2. If those 2 match, then that race volunteer will release your child to you. And that's how the kids will get back to your parents. It's a safe system. It's the best way. It tends to get very crowded on the bigger races. What I recommend is just being very patient, and also being very patient with those race volunteers. You know, they're doing their very best. There's lots of kids out there, but everything's going to be all right. They do this every year. So please be patient. And that's pretty much it. After your child comes through that exit chute and you've claimed them, they're all done. There is nothing else. You don't have to wait, and unless you want to watch the other races go by and cheer on your friends. You're pretty much done and free to go. There's a lot of activities going on that day. It's pretty much a huge festival. Right next door in that same area is the OC Marathon Lifestyle and Health Fitness Fair. It's a great place to go in there, take a little break, and cool off a little bit. They have some vendors out there and free samples and food. It's just a really great atmosphere, and enjoy the rest of the day. And really treat your kids really well. They worked so hard this season, and I'm really proud of them. So thank you so much. Thank you for all the support and all the kind words that you've given me. It's been a great season. I've had a great time. It was a pleasure to coach your kids this year, and hopefully we'll get to see your kids again next year for Run Club. All right? I will talk to you soon. If you have any questions, I know there's a lot of questions, there's a lot of information, especially for the first timers. It can be a little bit overwhelming, but just be patient. The Cypress Village volunteers that'll be at the tent, they can answer any questions, and they've done it before, and so they can help you at all. And you can always feel free to email me and contact me. I will be checking out my email and trying to responding as fast as I can and helping you through the whole process. All right? So I will see you on Saturday. Take it easy.